I'm Lucas. I don't have a company, so I'm not using Kickstarter as another revenue channel. I'm actually trying to launch this product, my Odyssey, through Kickstarter. Then I'll get a company, hire a business manager, an accountant, media, work with Cardamundi, pay 5 to 10K depending on distribution size of game testers, game reviewers on YouTube. Go to a convention, get set up with a game magazine. I want to branch out from this product into creating lore, starting with books, but then into independent films, maybe get a, before cinema, maybe get a series, maybe just a YouTube series even. Stick with the same actors. So what else about me? I ride my bicycle to work. I'm vegan. What else do you want to know? You want to see where I am right now? This is a plastic. See where I am? That was my little script. Can you see that for the first one? And then out the window, this is some of my cards. So, I'm not going to take people's money and run. 12 million. If I wanted to buy if I wanted to cheat people and buy a house, I would ask for like 250K and buy a nice house. But I want 12 million because I don't want to build a house. I want to build a company. I want to build a future and I want to save the world. Africa needs united. That needs to happen. Burma is in a bad situation next to China, who dumps I believe it's called mercantilism, where they dump their guns there in exchange for resources. So China's making money off of Burma by giving them all their guns for money. This is the bad exchange. And then what happens is, for example, at the hospital where I worked for the last 3 weeks, there's a woman and her husband. He is a patient. They were refugees because his father, who I met, who's 74, and he's rather healthy. So I guess they're all in America now. Anyway, his family was caught between gunfire from 2 rival gangs, but this is because guns are just all over the place. And I talked to another person from Burma who works at the Spring Roll, a little restaurant next to our cafeteria at the Iowa Hospital, UIHC, University of Iowa Hospitals and Clinics. He's also from Burma, and it says there's too many guns and shooting and whatnot. So that needs fixed. The world needs saved. That's my big scope, bigger than making, So I want to make an app. But anyway, the point of this video was to show who I am, so that's what I've tried to do. I think that about does it. Yesterday I researched Mary Magdalene lived 30 years in a cave voluntarily, I think in France? Somewhere in Western Europe, actually. And 30 years after Jesus died, she lived alone because she wanted to remember Jesus for 30 years. And at the end of that, she went to town, had communion, and died on the spot. So I kind of live like her. So that's it. Over and out.